the questions for Preston. Jake?
Preston, how does just the offense as a whole derive confidence from playing behind an offensive line of this caliber?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably the best unit we have on the whole team. Those guys are warriors. They play together. They play selfless football. It showed up today that when we got to lean on those guys to go win a football game, we absolutely can.
Chris?
So when Western Camp 4 goes down for the year, and you got Caleb, Joseph, kind of leading the running attack there, I feel like they've kind of taken the point of attack offensively. When they go, you guys go. What kind of trust do you have in those two guys to get the offense going, even when everybody else is just maybe trying to find their feet? You can follow them that way. Yeah,
I mean, they can. You saw it today. They can definitely jumpstart our offense when we're stalling out a little bit. We gotta find ways to get those two the ball, whether it's between the tackles, jet sweeps with Joe on the outside, or just calling a play and giving Caleb the ball. Usually something good's going to happen. So super proud of the way those guys played today, and we'll be leaning on them the rest of the year.
Louis?
Hey, Preston, you guys scored all 3 possessions in the first half. You had 17 at halftime, and then you didn't score in the second half. Was it something that they were doing? You had a few drives, but you couldn't get any points out of them.
Yeah, definitely the first drive coming out of the half. I had a few mental errors that could have led to us, if they weren't there, could have led to us scoring points. And then, we didn't do anything wrong to not score, but we weren't capitalizing on opportunities when we had an advantageous look. So definitely, as we move forward, big point of emphasis for us as an offense is when we got them on their heels, we got to keep our foot pinned on the gas, and keep it rolling.
Griffin's been the team's lead receiver throughout the first 4 games, but you had the opportunity to get him his first touchdown. What has that bond been like for you guys so far, and what did it mean to have him get his first score?
Yeah, Griffin's the man. He's a special dude. I've been blessed to play with some really good receivers since I've been in college, like Rashee Rice and Danny Gray, and Griffin's right up there. He's one of the best receivers I've ever thrown to. And we're really lucky that we have him on our team.
Jake?
So what do you make of your defense's ability to bunker down in this final 2 drives and get a pair of crucial stops?
I'm sorry, could you say one more time?
What do you make of your defense's ability to just really bunker down in this final 2 drives and get a pair of crucial stops?
Yeah, that really exemplified kind of the character we have on our team. You saw Rob Fitz was flying all over the place today. Ori had been battling some injuries, since camp, and he stepped up huge today. So obviously we want to do our part and put our defense in a situation where they don't have to win the game for us like that. But it was awesome to see how they stepped up to the play at the end, and I wasn't surprised that they did.
Yeah.
Preston, you had that 15-yard scramble run. I believe it was in the third quarter. Came up not quite limping, but definitely looked like maybe something was off. You ended up hyping up the crowd anyway. Seemed like you were probably fine for the rest of the game, but just wanted to ask, did anything in particular happen on that play? Do you feel banged up at all, or how do you feel kind of after the game physically?
No, yeah, I feel great. Honestly, those are. It might be kind of a weird thing to say, but those hits feel kind of good sometimes in the middle of the game because you see, your O-line's battling it out. There's guys. It's a very physical football game, and we play in the Big Ten, which is far and away the most physical conference in college football. And sometimes I look at myself in the mirror before games with that number 8 in the purple jersey, and maybe psych myself into thinking I'm Lamar Jackson a little bit, but those usually just turn into 5-10 yard runs. So anyway, that was fun.
Matt?
You seemed a lot more composed and confident than you did past weeks. Granted, you did play Tulane and Oregon, two of the toughest teams in the country, but did the bye week give you some sort of mental switch to where you put on, I'd say, one of the best halves of the season so far this year?
The bye week for us last week was a great reset as a team. We had a chance to recover both mentally and physically from the first 3 games of the year, and so I feel like going into this game we were very well prepared. Felt really good about the game plan, and we were able to execute as a whole.
Matt?
You know, for as much as Griffin has really succeeded as the team's lead receiver, it seems like you're still really looking for another option, you know, at 2 and 3, and made some personnel changes, but, you know, I think between Drew and Hayden, it was 3 catches for -4 yards. What are some ways you can get those guys more involved and get more production down the depth chart at receiver?
You know, definitely doing my part of when there's a opportune time to get them the ball. You know, definitely doing my part in hitting them in stride, giving them accurate throws. And you know, Griffin's been our guy for the first 4 games, but I have just as much confidence in those guys and the rest of the room. So, you know, going forward, we're gonna be leaning on that whole room.
Anything else for Preston? Cool. Thanks, Preston.
Thanks, y'all.